Hi folks, Simon here, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. We're going to be continuing on today with our plethora of side quests and all of that good stuff we've been enjoying the last few episodes. We're actually not going to be doing side quests immediately. There's a bunch of unique monsters that we can take care of around the area of Cliff Lake. Well, there's two actually around here, but since we'll be on a roll, we might do some others as well. So we left off previously at Cliff Lake, so make your way over here if you're still not here. And what we're going to do is head over to the beach area. And there's two enemies that we're going to be interested in. Now, because we are about level 15, 16, hopefully you're the same as me, these shouldn't be too challenging, but they can be, you know, a little bit tricky. Enemies that we're going for now are starting to get slightly higher levels than the ones when we first started out doing our side quests. So, you know, do have your wits about you. This is the first enemy here, and it's called the Itinerant Dorothea, I believe it's pronounced. Whatever it is, we're going to be taking it out. So it does have some ads with it, so bear that in mind. It might not be a bad idea also to take care of them if you start to get overwhelmed. But open with a good backslash there, and maybe even use the Monado because of the Buster ability. Can actually take out a few of the ads with it. And if you are struggling, then you can also go ahead and do the good old topple. So go for a break ability. And Ryan will go ahead and hopefully use his wild down. And just make sure you focus with your healer as well, making sure they are only healing. But that's it, as you can see, not really much strategy involved at my level, which is actually level 14, so slightly lower level than I remembered. But yeah, absolutely sufficient there. So we'll grab the loot, and being a unique enemy, we'll get a nice golden chest here. So we'll check that armor out at some point in the very near future. For now, let's make our way back down the beach. It doesn't matter what order you do these enemies in, but I'm just trying to be somewhat systematic here to save time. And you can see our next unique enemy, and this is the Speedy Ramshyde. Yeah, there it is, Speedy Ramshyde. So once again, we'll try and open with that potent back attack. And this is level 10, again, with some ads that might join the fray. So let's try and not aggro them if we can help it. And let's see if we can maybe go for a break here. Nope, didn't get it. Wild Dam's a little bit slow there. Right, so let's just go for a nice potent attack. So for this, I'm going to recommend going for a side attack. Oh no, he's dead. A side attack followed by Shadow's Eye. That'll give you a really nice bunch of buffs to go ahead then with a back attack. But just tons of damage. And some more pinkish armor. Very, very nice. Okay, so there's a couple of enemies around Cliff Lake. Now, the next one, it is a little bit trickier to find because we do have to fiddle about with the time and stuff. So what we're going to do is, first of all, teleport over to the cave entrance. There we go, Tephra cave entrance. And once we get there, we're going to move ourselves roughly into the vicinity of where we need to be. So we're going to drop down over the cliff here, because we do like to go for our swims, don't we? Okay. Right, so let's just check on the map where we are. Okay, and we're going to start making our way south. And just as we come over to the beach area, we're going to change the time to 5 AM. And that's because the enemy only appears at dawn. So it's a very limited time window. And if we don't find it, we might have to change the time again. So we're going to head over to, where are we? Change time. I'll tell you what, I'm losing the plot at the minute. And change this to 5. There we go. Now, fortunately, the times do change instantly. So it's not really a big deal, but we just need to keep an eye on that. And we're going to be looking for the enemy here. Yeah, there we go. Enchanting Grune. That's the one. As you can see, it landed bang on the right hour. So this is a level 13 enemy, making it a little bit trickier than those that we fought up to this point. So I do advise that you stay on top of healing, of course. And I'm going to try and take care of some of these ads as well. Let's make sure that we all target the same one. Yeah, they're going down pretty fast, being level 8 and all. And that just means we can once again focus on the Grune itself. Now, what we're going to do is try and get a nice attack going here. So if we can dump the aggro, we'll go for Shadow Eye. And then we'll go for a side attack. And that will give us an even higher attack here for... get up there quickly. To do a back attack for 2,355 points of damage. Not too bad at all. Right, let's go for the Buster for a nice boost of damage there. 1,000. Okay. And we could go for a Topple. We can't at the minute because Ryan has been confused or something or other. Dazed. That's the one. So hopefully we'll be able to not get killed here. Ah, Kick Rush. We might be able to kill this thing before it actually does any damage here. Is it dead? Is it dead? No, it's dead. Brilliant. We did it. Super. Okay, right, so let's grab the good stuff here that's dropped for us. So that's by far the most challenging quest, I'd say, that we've done up until this point. And in the beautiful chest here, we get some nice loot as well. Alright then, but the grind doesn't stop there. So we are once again going to be teleporting. This time we're going over to the Ether Light. And we're going to set it to nighttime. So we'll go ahead and set it to about 8 o'clock. I know that night is technically 7, but I don't always find that the night NPCs automatically appear at 7, whereas 8, I've never had them fail to do so. That still gives you plenty of night time to get all of the stuff done that is done at night as well. And be ready because we're going to be doing a lot of fast travelling now to and fro for different quests and stuff. So we're going to start by heading over to the quest that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen there, just north a little bit. And the next few quests are just going to be collection quests, so hopefully, or material quests as they're known as. So hopefully this is stuff that we should already have by this point. Yep, small scales. Oh, we have got one of those. Perfect, so we'll hand that in. And that's pretty much it. This is how these quests work. If we've got them already, then we can hand them in straight away. If you don't have this, then the Piranha Haxes, I believe, can be found in the pond below Outlook Park, or the lake below Outlook Park, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there we go. Quest completed. Right, next up, we're going to start our fast travel adventure by heading over to the fortress entrance. We need to make it daytime as well. So, we'll first of all go to where I know we need to go, which is the weapon development lab. And then we might just see a Nopon thing just appear out of nowhere. We'll go to change time and set this to about 7 AM. Again, perfect daytime time to set things to, in my opinion. And there we go. The Colony 9 resident is here. And again, this is a material quest, which means we just need to hand in this case, 2 small shells, of which I have 4, which is plenty. And that's pretty much it. So you can get those off Crabbles, as was suggested there. Okay, you can get those from the shore off the anti-air battery 1, if you need them by for any reason. Okay, right, next up we're going to be teleporting back to the Gem Man stall. And this is another one we're going to be setting over to nighttime. And I have already done a route of all of this stuff, which is why I know where I'm going here. We're going to drop down here and go up these stairs. And remember that route, we'll be making it again. And do need to change that time. There's no getting around it. Fortunately, it's really easy to do, as you can see. There we go.
Who's this?
And he wants to make a trap for catching insects because, hey, why not? For this one, he needs plate snow. And we have 3 of those. And he only wants 1. Right, so that'll do for the material quests or collection quests, whatever they are. Next up, we're going to be starting another type of quest. These are called search quests. So these are similar, but the quest items will only appear once you pick the quest up. So what we're going to do is teleport over to the Central Plaza. And we're going to keep it nighttime, otherwise the guy won't appear. And there he is, just hanging out by the lamppost.
Hello.
So this is going to be a search quest. And for this first search quest, we need to find his wedding ring. Now, these quests are really easy if you know what to do. And of course, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is you need to do. So for this one, we're going to teleport over to the main entrance. And they are actually plonked on the map as well as an objective, so you can't really miss them in most cases. But still, pinpointing them can be a little bit of a nuisance. We're going to head behind Dunban's house here. And there it is. It's a little red glowy ball for us to loot. And as with most quests, we don't need to hand them in. So as soon as we grab the item, the quest is complete. I guess it just, you know, teleports over to its owner or whatever. Right, so back to area maps now. And we're going to be heading over to the Tranquil Square area. You remember that's the one with loads of quests scattered all over the place. And I believe we still need to keep it at night time here. So we shall. Right, let's just make our way up these steps. And just over here to the left through this little hidden area. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. It's one close by. I think it's the next one. There's a dude with a quest. Yeah, I can see the icon. Again, only appearing at night.
Good day.
Right, this fella's lost his tool. What type of tool, I hear you ask? The spanner type of tool, of course. So we'll go ahead and accept search quest 4 here. And remember that route I told you to remember? Well, we're going to make it again. So we're going to head over to the Gem Man store. I told you to be fast travelling a lot through this section, didn't I? I mean, fast travel is really our friend throughout all of Xenoblade Chronicles. So we're going to drop over the precipice here, over to the stairs, and then up we go. Exactly as we did last time. Only this time we're not going over to the quest guide, we're heading over to the left. And there's the item. Yay! Another quest complete. And for that we get another 1500 gold and 50 experience. So we're well on our way to level 16. We are making good progress, but so many quests to do. That's why I'm just trying to cane through them as fast as we can. Right, next up, we're going to teleport over to the Gem Man's stall. And there's going to be a couple of things we can do around here. But in order to do so, we're going to need to change the time once more. This time, of course, to daytime. So let's just go for 7 AM. That should be absolutely fine here. And if we just go north, first of all, there'll be a Nupon thingy just over here. Looking over the precipice. Another Colony 9 resident. And this Colony 9 resident is going to give us a challenge. It is a creature we've seen roaming around earlier on in our adventure. So now we actually get to take it out as part of a quest, which is always nice. But before we go and do that, we'll go and do a few other things first. We're going to head south of the Gem Man stall, also at daytime, to this Colony 9 resident sitting over at the bench here. And she's going to give us a search quest. Search quest 3, and she wants us to find a lost key for her, which I'm sure we can do that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and teleport over to Tranquil Square. There's another quest we can pick up, and then we'll actually get through these 3 that we will then have in our log. So the 2 search quests, one of which we're just about to pick up, and also that challenge as well. Right then, so the other quest that I want us to get is just up here to the north and then over to the east. It's another Nopon. And you can't really miss him. There we go.
Yes, no.
Or her. Yeah, this Colony 9 resident, as I say, is going to have another search quest for us. And the good thing about this is these 2 search quests we've just picked up are pretty much both in the same area. So that's why it makes sense to do them both at the same time, in my opinion. And they're also here in the Tranquil Square area. So we're going to start heading south. And we're looking for, I think it's, well, the best way to describe it, it's a large house. It's got a fence around it. It's just up here, actually, on the left. And then around the back of the house, we'll be able to grab the search item for the first quest that we picked up. Or the second quest, rather, but the first search quest that we picked up on this little bout. Okay, and then if we leave this area and just continue heading south, we get our experience reward for that, of course. Then we're going to find the second search item for the quest off that last Nopon there. Just around the back of this building. So just follow the path that I'm going on. You're going to be blocked off by these barrels and crates, but you can just jump over them. And there we have it. So that's the 2 search quests completed. And we get our reputation changes, experience, all of that good stuff. Next up, we're going to teleport over to the Tefra cave. And the best way to get to the quest objective, this is the enemy that we're going to kill, in my opinion, is to go to the rear entrance. You could also go to the Magmal ruins, but I find this to be just a little bit faster to reach the enemy that we're going for here. And this is an enemy that we purposefully avoided before because it was going to be so much stronger than we were back then. Right now, the opposite should be true. We shouldn't have any issues taking this fella out whatsoever. Just drop down there and follow the path through the door. And as we go around, you can see the quest objective on the map already. That's exactly what we're heading for. And our target, if we can avoid it, we can open with a backslash, but it's going to be difficult to do that, so I'm not going to worry about it. The Wallslide Gwynry is the name of the game here, so we're going to try and get a nice back attack going if I can get the aggro dumped, which apparently I can't. There we go. Okay, let's go for a side attack. That'll boost our back attack damage, as long as we can stay behind. There we go. Yeah, 4,000 points of damage. This thing is not going to last long, is it, with that sort of damage? And we'll unleash a Buster. Might kill a few of the ads as well. Yeah, there we have it. Challenge 4 complete with another 2,200 gold and maybe some experience as well. A little bit. But we do get a golden treasure chest, being it was a unique enemy. So don't forget, if you want to farm items, you can always save and reload and do that as many times as you wish. The enemies will keep respawning. Okay, you need to make sure it's night time now because we need to get an item. Now, we actually need to get 2 of this item. The item that we need to get is known as the Bright Fig. We need 2 of them for an upcoming collection quest. Now, they are a bit of a nuisance to get. You can trade for them, but we're going to actually try and find it from the Tefra cave. So the best place to look, in my experience, is right where we killed this unique enemy. I'll just grab the chest there. You want to turn around. And again, at night time, look behind you here for 3 of these blue things. And it's possible that these can be the Bright Figs. Now, the Bright Figs, which I don't believe we actually got one there, which is kind of annoying. The Bright Figs are actually... Well, let's see what the third one is. Oh, no, it was one. There you go, look. The Bright Figs can spawn all over the Tephra cave. Okay, don't go into the Tephra cavern. I don't believe you'll find them there. But all the blue dots here in the Tephra cave can potentially be those Bright Figs. Now, check your inventory, because there's a good chance you might already have looted 1 or 2 anyway, just from previous times running through here. But they can be the first of several nuisance items that we're going to have to get. Okay, there's another one. So I got 2, look immediately, and we'll grab that thing there as well. So that's pretty much the run I'd recommend. You can go a little bit further down into the cave, but... you know, I always find the Bright Figs in this particular area that I've just shown you. So if you don't get 2 by that point, then save your game, go somewhere else, come back, and hopefully they'll start to respawn. But just make sure, again, you are at night time. Otherwise, you won't see them. Just grabbed a drink there. My voice was a little bit husky. Apologies for that. Right, we're going to head over into this next area. And we're going to ignore this guy for now. We will do his quests shortly, probably next episode. Instead, we're going to speak to the lady over here, the Defense Force Soldier. And she's going to give us a few quests, some of which we'll be able to hand in immediately. Effectively, because of those Bright Figs we collected, we'll be able to hand that quest in. But before we do that, we've got to do the quest for kneecap rocks. And those are also items that can be collected around this cave. But they are, in my experience, much more common than the, what was it called, the Bright Figs. So you should have these already. If not, just run around the cave until you get them. There we go. Okay, so that's the first quest completed. That was collection quest 1. And then she's going to give us collection quest 2. I know we've already done some other collection quests out of order. But we're trying to do all of the quests eventually anyway. I'm just trying to do it systematically. So don't worry about that. Next up then, we've got the Bright Figs to hand in. And I've actually got 3. 2 is all we need. Okay. Another quest complete. I know this episode hasn't been the longest in the world. But we've got a lot of quests done. We really have today. So yeah, well done guys if you've managed to keep up with all of this. Right, so this quest is one that we actually do need to go and do. You might have the broken pincers. They can drop from the Crabble enemies even when you don't have the quest. But I don't, so I'll show you where to get them. Okay, and one final quest here. So this will be material quest number 2. I think. Yep, there we go. And for this we need the Brog smelling salts from a noble Brog. So I already have this myself, but by all means, you know, go and kill some Brogs if you still need to get that. And that'll be the final quest from here. So only one of her quests we actually need to complete, and that's the one we need to kill the Crabbles for the broken pinchers. But before we do that, we're going to actually pick up another quest. So this is going to be by the console, just over here to the west. There's a dude standing we can speak to, another Defence Force soldier. Most of the NPCs around here are Defence Force soldiers. But this one has got a little bit worried because his partner has gone out on the rounds and not come back. So we need to go and find them. This is really easy. So we'll just get through the dialogue here. Yada, 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 yada. Oh, a lot of dialogue for this one, it seems. Okay, Missing in Action is the name of this one. Yeah, come on, let's go. We can stand around here blabbering, or we can go and find your friend. Okay, right, we're not going to pick up the other quest from this guy yet. Instead, we're going to go to Area Maps, select Colony 9, and then travel to the Cylinder Hangar. And this is where we'll find that fellow. And there's a reason we're doing this quest now, even though it does require travelling to a different location. Effectively, it unlocks another quest in the cave. Okay, so here's the soldier we need to speak to. Again, easy to identify with the red objective marker. Right, and we actually get some items as a reward there. Some leather equipment, along with some experience, which is always nice. And the usual reputation changes. We're well on our way to level 16 now as a party, which is nice to see. Okay, yeah, so this is a quest we've just unlocked now by completing the Missing in Action quest. So if you travel to this guy without that quest, then you won't be able to pick up this next one either. So just bear that in mind. This is going to be one of the collection quests where the item only appears when the quest is active. So you won't have this one already for sure. And the item we're going to be looking for is a Lost Pendant near Villia Lake, back in the cave. So we can fast travel straight there. We're getting all these affinity changes, which is nice. Yeah, you know, with all the quests and what have you. Right, let's go ahead. Area Maps, select Tefra Cave. Only this time you're going to need to go to another level of Tefra Cave. And there's Villa Lake. So we'll travel to that location. There is also going to be the other enemies around here that we need to kill for the broken pinchers, the Crabble enemies. But let's go ahead. Well, there's one here. Let's just kill it. And then I'll show you where the other quest item is, the Lost Pendant. You can see it over there, look, the little red dot. Now, these aren't guaranteed to drop the pinchers, so we might have to kill a few of them. But if they do drop them, they'll be located in the treasure chests they leave behind. So we got one there. We'll grab the other two in a moment's time. By the way, I mentioned you can't get the bright figs here. I believe you can, actually. Running through here, I remember that, yeah, you can. Now, this is one of the few quests, the Lost Pendants, where you do actually have to return to the quest giver in order to complete it. It doesn't just complete the moment we get the item. So we'll do that shortly as well. But we can see the other monsters on the map here that we can target for the broken pinchers. So we need 2 more of those. These desert crabbles are level 10 and level 11, so they might take a few hits, but they're not all that challenging at all, as you can see. Okay, our second broken pincher. Been quite fortunate so far that every enemy has dropped one. But again, don't be dismayed if that's not the case for you. Let's just try and get as much damage out here as we can. That's it, send the enemy to sleep. Alright, let's get that buff going, and a nice back attack for 3,000 damage. And hopefully one of these will have the broken pincher. Yep. Right, so the quest is complete. We'll grab you the treasure chest anyway. We got an extra one. And what we're going to do now is teleport back over to the guy whose pendant we picked up. So that is located, if you remember, not Tephra Cave, sorry, Colony 9, Cylinder Hangar. And I think we'll probably leave things be after the end of this quest, since we have got a lot done today. And if I could just carry on doing even more quests, then you might end up getting lost in the huddle. You know, if we try and get through too many in one go.
Hello.
So there's always the next episode for that. Even though we've only recently unlocked side quests, we've done so many already. And there's still loads more we are going to be doing before moving on with the story. But, you know, it's going to get us stronger. And that's what we want. That's what it's all about. And talking about getting stronger, the quarter gear is actually a nice item there. It's got some decent stats. It's only a common item. But as you can see, at this stage in the game, it is going to give a good boost to defenses. So let's just throw that onto Shulk. I know that it's going to boost the weight. But the defense stats there are just so good that it's hard to pass up on. I mean, yeah, we'll keep it on Shulk. I think it is just very useful. Alright then guys, well as I say, we'll leave things be for today. So I hope this episode's helped you. And we've got a whole ton of quests done, so congrats if you managed to keep up. If you have, please do let us know in the comments. And also, please do join me again as we continue on with Xenoblade Chronicles. Trust me, we're just getting started with all of these side quests and what have you. Loads more to come yet. But it'll be worth it in the long run. It will be worth it, I hope. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.